Good morning. Welcome to Morning Special. 여러분 안녕하세요. 11월 27일 수요일 최수진의 Morning Special입니다. It's another bright morning, and for many people, rain or shine, the perfect way of kicking off any day is by sweating through a bit of a workout. But unfortunately, that's not the case with everyone, especially with the younger generation. 청소년 여러분, 요즘 운동하고 계시나요? 안타깝게도 한국 청소년이 세계에서 가장 운동을 안 한다는 조사 결과가 나왔습니다. 세계보건기구 WHO가 전 세계 146개국의 청소년 신체 활동량을 분석한 결과인데요. 대한민국 청소년 중 운동 부족으로 분류된 학생 비율이 무려 94.2%로 가장 심각한 것으로 나타났습니다. WHO는 운동 부족 원인 중 하나로 스마트폰을 너무 많이 사용하기 때문이라고 밝혔는데요. 오늘부터는 잠시 스마트폰을 내려놓고 운동장 한 바퀴 돌아보는 건 어떨까요? Yes, we live in a world that's becoming more connected and faster than ever before, but that should not be a reason to lose connection with our own bodies and health. With that in mind, let me give you today's first quiz question. A popular game played by students that implies fast reflexes and some physical exercise is 피구. Now, what is 피구 in English? 영어로 피구 뭐라 그럴까요? 1번 dodgeball, 2번 puppyball, 3번 cheeseball. 피하다의 피, 그리고 공구죠. 공을 피한다. 영어로는 뭐라 그러는지 골라주시면 되겠습니다. dodgeball, puppyball, cheeseball 중에서 골라주세요. 청취자 여러분의 많은 참여 기다리고 있습니다. 퀴즈 정답 보내주신 분들 중에 추첨을 통해서 총 5분께 고칼슘 쌀룬 두유 보내드리겠습니다. 또 여러분의 소식과 소감 그리고 방송 중 궁금한 질문 있으시면 보내주세요. 짧은 문자 50원, 긴 문자 100원에 샵 1045고요. 반디 게시판이나 카카오톡 플러스 이용도 가능합니다. Okay then, let's kick off today's show with today's global headlines. 세계 각국 언론사들의 어떤 헤드라인이 올라왔는지 살펴보는 시간입니다. Touch Global Headlines.
A 6.4 magnitude earthquake has hit Albania, killing at least 16 people and injuring more than 600.
알바니아에서 어제 새벽 규모 6.4의 강진이 발생해 최소 16명이 사망하고 600명 이상 다쳤습니다.
13 French troops have died in a mid-air collision between two helicopters as they fought Islamic militants in Mali.
아프리카 말리에서 대테러 격퇴전을 수행하던 프랑스 군 병사 13명이 헬기의 공중 충돌 사고로 추락해 숨졌습니다.
Europol has discovered thousands of pieces of terrorist content on the internet in a continent-wide crackdown to tackle the online threat of ISIS.
유럽연합 경찰기구인 유로폴이 최근 IS의 온라인 선전 활동에 대한 대대적인 단속을 벌였다고 밝혔습니다.
Despite Hong Kong's overwhelming vote for pro-democracy candidates, Chief Executive Carrie Lam has refused to give ground to protesters' demands.
캐리 람 홍콩 행정장관이 구의원 선거에 참패에도 불구하고 시위대의 요구를 수용하지 않겠다는 뜻을 밝혔습니다.
The consumption of sugar in Norway has lowered to record levels due to taxes and advertising regulation, according to an official report.
국민 건강 증진을 위해 이른바 설탕세를 부과하는 것이 실제로 효과가 있었다는 노르웨이 보건당국의 자체 평가가 나왔습니다. And for the headlines and more, I'm joined by Steve. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Do you exercise a lot, Steve?
You know, that's really interesting that you bring that up because I used to, before I came back to Morning Special, I had a regular workout routine. And I was going at least 4, if not 5, and sometimes 6 times a day to the gym.
Wow.
But now with my new schedule, and don't get me wrong, I love being back on the show, but because of what I do in the afternoon, and because of getting ready for Morning Special the night before the show, right? Last night, you two were up and we're doing things to get ready for the show in the morning. I'm trying to figure out now how to fit in the workouts and where to get the gym back into my life, because as it is these days, if I'm not working, I'm eating or sleeping, and that's it. And that's not good enough for me.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm going through these days, is trying to figure out how to incorporate the gym into my current schedule.
Yeah, it's not easy. I mean, I feel like I'm living a bit of a sedentary lifestyle now as well, but it's not because I want to. As you said, it's very hard to, figure out when I can do what.
But that being said, I still do believe, of course, unless you have children or many children, then it becomes even more difficult, right? But for someone in my situation, I still think it's an excuse. If I say, oh, I'm too tired or I'm too busy, I still think that's an excuse. I still can find time, so I'm going to work on that.
Yeah. No, I feel exactly the same. Even though I do have 2 kids, I know it's an excuse. I should be able to find time. But it is shocking that Korea ranks at the bottom of the list when it comes to inactive students or teenagers worldwide. That is very sad.
It's not, well, it is sad, but it's not shocking to me because, it's so competitive in school, right? And you are always trying to make sure, and parents want their children to be as prepared as they can possibly be for the school competition or the competition of school. So to me, it's not that surprising at all.
Exactly. And that's because you know Korea and the society very well. And the good point that you mentioned there is school, because in the WHO report, they said that one of the factors that could be attributed to why so many students in Korea are inactive is probably because they all have smartphones. But I think it's more than that. It's because of the school pressure. You have to be stuck at your desk all day, every day.
And you brought up a good point. Even if you have gym class in school, for the students, I mean, for a lot of students, they're not going to be highly motivated to want to burn a lot of energy in gym class because they're already tired from their studies. And then, they're doing work at night too, going to hagwons and institutes and things of that nature, right?
그렇습니다. 운동장 한 바퀴까지는 아니더라도 오늘은 조금 친구랑 같이 걸으면서 대화를 좀 나눠보는 것이 어떨지, 조금이라도 움직이는 게 결과적으로는 피로도 덜하고 공부도 더 잘 되고 아주 선순환을 위한 방법이라고 생각합니다.
I wonder how we can fix that problem, though.
It's not a single issue. It's tied to everything.
Yeah.
So, it's not easy.
But those are for the students. You and I are not in high school, so we don't have those same excuses, right? We need to get into the gym as quickly as possible.
Absolutely. All right, if you'd like to listen to the headlines again, you can do so by going to our website. Morning Special 홈페이지에 들어가셔서요. 조금 전에 들으신 헤드라인 다시 듣기 무료로 이용하실 수 있습니다. 많은 이용 바랍니다. Let's go over the headlines.
All right, so headline number 1 this morning, a 6.4 magnitude earthquake has hit Albania, killing at least 14 people and injuring more than 600. However, I do have updated numbers from CNN. The numbers are now at least 23 dead and more than 650 people were injured. This 6.4 magnitude earthquake struck in the middle of the night and it brought several buildings down, according to the Associated Press. And slightly further away from the epicenter in the capital of Tirana, the quake opened cracks in apartments and caused alarmed people to run out into the streets after the shaking.
네, 그렇습니다. 알바니아에서 어제 새벽 규모 6.4의 강진이 발생해 업데이트된 수치를 이제 말씀을 드리자면 최소 23명이 사망하고 650명 이상 다쳤다라는 소식이고요. 이탈리아 남동부까지도 어느 정도의 진동이 감지됐다고 합니다. 그 정도로 이제 큰 지진이었고, it was the first time in 93 years, I understand, that an earthquake of this magnitude had struck Albania.
Yeah, it's been a long time, and it struck in the middle of the night, and that would be really...
That was worse, yeah.
Yeah, that would be really alarming for individuals to be sleeping, presumably, and then be awoken by that just before 4 a.m. again, local time as was when it struck. And it originated also at a fairly shallow depth, just 12 miles underground. And the importance of that is if the quake happens at a shallow depth, then it doesn't lose as much energy as it comes to the surface.
I see. 그렇군요. 새벽 시간대에 이 강진이 발생을 했기 때문에 그래서 피해 규모가 더 크다고 하고요. 이제 사진을 좀 찾아보시면 아시겠지만 건물 자체가 그냥 와르르 무너진 그런 집과 건물들이 굉장히 많습니다. 그 정도로 지금 자다가 갑자기 피해를 입은 주민들과 시민들이 상당히 많다고 합니다. 현재까지 우리 교민의 피해는 없는 것으로 전해지고 있는데요. 계속해서 업데이트된 소식을 살펴보도록 하겠습니다. Let's go on to our next headline.
Headline number 2 this morning, 13 French troops have died in a mid-air collision between two helicopters as they fought Islamic militants in Mali.
아프리카 말리에서 대테러 격퇴전을 수행하던 프랑스군 병사 13명이 헬기의 공중 충돌 사고로 추락해 숨졌습니다.
French President Emmanuel Macron expressed his deep sadness at the crash, stressing the courage of the French soldiers in what he called the hard fight against terrorism in West Africa's Sahel region. Earlier on this month, Islamic militants in Mali, they killed dozens of local soldiers. That was one of the deadliest strikes against the country's military in recent memory. At least 53 soldiers and one civilian died in the attack on an isolated military base in the northeast of the country, according to the government. The complex military operations in the desert north of Mali have been described as a game of cat and mouse in a vast territory. There was a person who was speaking to the AFP. He was a non-commissioned officer, and what he said was, they are out here, but they are hidden. We search for them, but we can't find them. This is an impossible war. Referring to the game of cat and mouse, just like a cat and mouse play, the cat tries to find the mouse, but often can't do it.
그렇군요. 지금 말리에서 대테러 격퇴전이 벌어졌는데요. 2013년부터 이 지역을 테러리스트들의 온상으로 보면서 이제 프랑스 군이 한 4,500명의 병력을 가동해서 테러 격퇴전을 벌이고 있습니다. 그런데 이번에 이제 동시에 13명이 전사를 했다라는 소식인데 이렇게 한 번의 작전 중 전사 규모로는 최대라고 하죠. 1983년 이후 최대 규모라고 합니다.
In the past 2 months, there's been a big surge in the number of extremist attacks in Mali that have killed more than 100 local troops, and ISIS often claims responsibility for those. The United States has described this region as an emerging front in the fight against ISIS and other extremist groups. And you remember, before his death this year, ISIS leader Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, he lost his life earlier this year. He congratulated his brothers in Mali, he called them brothers in Mali, and neighboring Burkina Faso for pledging allegiance.
Well, talking about ISIS, let's go on to our next headline.
Europol has discovered thousands of pieces of terrorist content on the internet in a continent-wide crackdown to tackle the online threat of ISIS.
유럽연합 경찰기구인 유로폴이 최근 IS의 온라인 선전 활동에 대한 대대적인 단속을 벌였다고 밝혔습니다.
So this was a Europe-wide crackdown to tackle this online threat of ISIS, and they discovered more than 26,000 pieces of terrorist content, leading to the arrest of a suspected member responsible for distributing it. It was over 3 days that the EU Internet Referral Unit of Europol, that's Europe's joint police task force, they conducted this initiative to identify this propaganda online, this ISIS-related propaganda.
네, 그렇습니다. 우리 이제 IS라고 하는 게 이슬람 국가죠. Islamic State. IS의 온라인 선전 활동을 대대적으로 이제 유로폴이 단속했다라고 발표를 했고요. 그로 인해서 IS에 심각한 타격을 가했다라는 발표까지 했습니다. IS는 올해 초에 이제 대부분의 영토는 잃었어요. 하지만 온라인 활동을 통해서 선전 활동을 계속하고 있다고 합니다. 이게 이제 어떤 영향을 미치냐면은 IS의 선전 활동이 온라인으로 퍼지면서 유럽에 이제 아주 크게 확산을 할 수 있다고 하고요. 그로 인해서 이제 유럽에서도 IS 멤버들이 생길 수 있다라고 하는데 그것을 이제 어느 정도 막는 역할을 했다 이렇게 볼 수 있을 것 같습니다.
Yeah, so this search involved 12 EU member states and 9 online service providers. And now what's going to happen next is the terror content will be evaluated by the online agents to work out if it breaches their terms of service, if it's legal, and also if freedom of speech is being protected. And speaking about the person who got arrested, Spanish police arrested a key individual suspected of being one of the main disseminators or distributors of ISIS terrorist propaganda online.
그렇습니다. 그렇지만 이제 우려되는 부분도 있다고 하는데요. 예전에도 IS의 온라인 선전 활동을 단속한 적이 있었는데 그때 굉장히 놀랄 만큼 빠른 속도로 복구가 됐다고 합니다. 이번에는 또 그런 일이 없도록 해야겠다라는 게 유로폴의 입장이고요. 계속해서 노력을 기울이고 있다라고 밝혔고요. Let's go on to our next headline.
Headline number 4 this morning. Despite Hong Kong's overwhelming vote for pro-democracy candidates, Chief Executive Carrie Lam has refused to give ground to protesters' demands.
캐리 램 홍콩 행정장관이 구의원 선거에 참패에도 불구하고 시위대의 요구를 수용하지 않겠다는 뜻을 밝혔습니다.
So Carrie Lam says that the city's overwhelming vote for pro-democracy candidates reveals deficiencies in government, that's a quote from her, but has refused to grant any more concessions to anti-government protesters. Of course, when we're talking about these 5 demands, right, they include the universal suffrage, the release of all of the imprisoned protesters, the declassification of a June protest as a riot, and the formation of an independent commission of inquiry into police behavior, as well as the extradition bill, which has already been taken care of. But in terms of the other ones, Carrie Lam says we are not giving ground on those.
And she's saying that this was merely a district election. It doesn't reflect anything. And she's saying, although a lot of people worldwide and many of the protesters in Hong Kong are saying this was a barometer of what the people are feeling, she's saying, no, this was just a small election. It doesn't count.
Yeah, she is acknowledging it, though, and she's also saying that now this leads to public dialogue. Here's another quote from Carrie Lam. The next step to go forward is really, as you have to put it, to engage the people, and we have started public dialogue with the community. But unfortunately, with the unstable environment and a chaotic situation, I could not do more on that sort of engagement. I hope that the environment will allow me to do it now.
네, 그렇습니다. 많은 외신이 홍콩에서 최근에 있었던 구의원 선거의 결과를 어떤 이제 홍콩의 앞날에 대한 아니면 홍콩 현 정부에 대한 바로미터로 본 반면에 캐리 람 장관은 그렇지 않다. 이것은 구의원 선거에 불과하고 어떤 뭐 재신임 투표에 그런 역할을 하고 있지 않다라고 하면서요. 인터뷰에서 기자회견을 가졌었는데 거기에서 혹시 이제 중국으로부터 어떤 뭐 중국 진영의 참패라는 책임을 물라는 그런 지시가 있었느냐 이런 질문을 받았었는데 전혀 없었다. 이렇게 대답을 했고요. 그러면서 이제 그 5가지 요구사항, 시위대의 5가지 요구사항 중에서 송환법은 공식 철회를 했지만 나머지는 받아들일 뜻이 없음을 밝혔습니다.
And you're right, Hong Kong's leader is not directly elected, but it is instead appointed by this 1,200-member election committee that draws together representatives from various parts of Hong Kong's society. We'll talk about that because this is kind of interesting, so let's talk about that in just a sec.
Yep.
But Monday's election results place pro-democracy candidates in the running to gain 117 seats on the Chief Executive Election Committee. So yes, it's true that they take care of local things in certain budgets and things like that. But those 117 seats could prove to be very important when choosing the next leader. So yes, the 1,200 election committee members. I don't know if this is unique to Hong Kong or not, but I think it's very interesting. 300 are members of Hong Kong and Chinese political bodies. 300 come from labor, social services, religious, and other groups. 300 from professions, accountants, lawyers, teachers, and others. And 300 from industries, banking, commercial, insurance, and financial sectors. Put all of those together, 300, 300, 300, 300, and there is your 1,200 election committee members.
Very interesting. 5대 요구사항 중에 하나가요. 행정장관 직선제를 실시하자라는 것인데요. 지금 현재 홍콩에서는 지금 스티브 선생님이 얘기해 주신 것처럼 1200명의 대표 선거인단이 선거를 하면서 행정장관을 뽑습니다. 그런데 이제 홍콩 시민들은, 홍콩 국민들은 이제 전체 다, 우리 모두 다 이제 투표를 하고 싶다라고 얘기를 하고 있는 거고요. 한편 이제 20대 얘기도 우리가 얼마 전까지 계속 했었는데 지금까지는 한 30명 정도의 시위자가 여전히 20대 안에 남아 있다고 하고요. 캐리 람 장관이 어제 무리한 체포 작전을 펼치지는 않을 것이다 라고 하면서 의료진과 협상가들로 이루어진 팀을 준비해서 그들에게 다가가겠다 이렇게 밝혔습니다.
And if you're wondering what's happening with China,
Yes,
very
all right.
quickly on that, their leadership, they have set up a crisis command center on the mainland side of the border in Shenzhen, and they're also considering replacing their official liaison. So the liaison is housed in Hong Kong in a skyscraper surrounded by surveillance cameras and steel barricades and things like that. But it had been vandalized by anti-government protesters, and maybe you could call this a sign of dissatisfaction with the liaison office's handling of the crisis. Beijing is considering potential replacements for the office's director.
All right. Well, our final story talks about sugar tax. What is it, Steve?
Well, if you're a fan of sugar, you could cancel Norway perhaps for your winter vacation plans. The consumption of sugar in Norway has lowered to record levels due to taxes and advertising regulations, according to an official report.
네, 국민 건강 증진을 위해 이른바 설탕세를 부과하는 것이 실제로 효과가 있었다는 노르웨이 보건당국의 자체 평가가 나왔습니다.
So, in Norway, consumption of sugar has dropped from 43 kilograms per person per year in 2000 to 24 kilograms in 2018. That's a pretty significant decrease, right? And within the last 10 years, there was a 27% decline in sugar consumption, and currently, sugar consumption is lower than it was in 1975. So the report revealed that people in the country are also eating less chocolate. Consumption levels have tripled from 5 kilograms per person per year in 1960 to 15 kilograms in 2008, but in 2018, it dropped to 12 kilograms per person per year.
아, 그렇군요. 노르웨이에서는요, 설탕세라고 불리는 세금을 이제 이렇게 당도가 높은 음식에 부과를 하면서, 그러니까 쉽게 말해서 설탕이 들어간 음식이 좀 비싸지는 거죠. 그래서 점점 더 국민들이 덜 먹게끔, 더 좀 건강한 삶을 살게끔 하는 그런 제도를 도입했는데, 실제로 설탕 섭취량이 1년에 43kg이었는데 평균 수치입니다. 그게 작년에는 24kg으로 줄어들었다고 합니다. 10년 전보다 한 27% 감소한 수치라고 하고요. 이제 실제로 이제 국민들도 너무 비싸서 못 사겠다 이런 얘기를 많이 한다고 합니다. But there are some interesting other stories related to this.
Yeah, I mean, if you go back to 1922, as a matter of fact, there was a generalized sugar tax that was brought into the Norwegian government, but that was to generate revenue instead of public health pressure. But they put things, a voluntary ban on marketing and unhealthy foods and drinks to youngsters aged younger than 13. That goes back to 2013. But you and I were chatting before the show. If people want sugar, they'll go find their sugar,
They
right?
will indeed. 그렇습니다. 한편 뭐 이 리포트에 나와 있지는 않지만 기사를 좀 더 살펴보게 되면은 자국에서 이제 설탕세 인상으로 인해 너무 비싸니까 자국에서 사지 않고 국경을 넘어 이제 스웨덴에 가서 이제 그 좀 단 음식을 사는 노르웨이인들이 좀 늘어났다 이런 기사도 있더라고요. Alright, well those were our headlines for this morning. Let's remind our listeners of the quiz.
Quiz question this morning. A popular game played by students that implies fast reflexes and some physical exercise is pigu. What is pigu in English? Is it number 1, dodgeball, number 2, puppy ball, number 3, cheese ball?
네, 짧은 문자 50원, 긴 문자 100원을 샵 1045로 보내주시고요. 반디 게시판이나 카카오톡 플러스 이용도 가능합니다. 추첨을 통해서 총 5분께 고칼슘 쌀룬 두유 보내드릴게요. Have you ever played pigu, Steve?
Yeah, in Canada, in elementary and middle school classes, I think we do that for fun. You know, you get the ball and then I try to throw the ball at Sue, and if she catches it, then she stays in the court. But if she doesn't catch it, if it hits her and she drops it, then she's out of the game.
Exactly. When my Korean was really bad and I heard about pigu, I thought it was like a blood-related game. And then and I didn't want to play at all.
Or skin-related, like pibu. It must be related to pibu somehow.
But I was wrong. All right, we'll take a song break, and when we come back, we'll take a look at your messages. Here's Leanne Rimes, Love is Love is Love. Love is Love is Love. Leanne Rimes with our first song of the day. Lee Young-hee Nim says, I feel sorry for Steve that he's not keeping to his workout routines. I hope you can go back to the gym as usual. I personally feel miserable without working out, and I make every effort not to skip a day.
Thank you for your support, Young-hee Nim. And there's really no one to blame but myself, right? If I wanted to, I could skip one of those naps and squeeze in a gym session. The irony of working out, or the irony of not working out when you are feeling so tired in your life, the irony is going to the gym actually gives you more energy.
Yeah.
It seems counterintuitive, right? Ooh, there's my final expression of the day. Counterintuitive. It seems counterintuitive. It doesn't seem to make sense, but yet it does. It's true. When you go to the gym, you get more energy.
Well, I mean, this applies to me as well. I have no excuse for not exercising. I feel like, I should probably start today.
You promise?
Yes.
You could hear it in her voice, couldn't you?
I was very reluctant. Yes. 정성엽 님이요. 사진 한 장을 보내주셨습니다. 대관령 가족여행 중입니다. Wow. Did you make this? It's a snowman, right?
It's a
snow dog.
It's a snow puppy.
Oh, wow.
That's some artistic talent right
Yeah,
there.
that is amazing.
Yeah.
눈이 가득하네요. 아이들이 만든 스노우 dog입니다. 라고 보내주셨어요. Your children are fantastic. I mean, look at that.
That really is some talent.
Yes.
I wasn't kidding.
그러니까요. 정말 미적인 감각이 너무 뛰어난데요. 지금 눈사람이 아니라 눈 강아지를 만든 사진을 보내주셨는데 보이는 라디오로 여러분도 함께 한번 봐주세요.
Oh, it's
너무 예뻐요.
Is it supposed to be Bolt?
Maybe.
Bolt, the John Travolta, Miley Cyrus movie?
Oh, okay.
About the
It looks
puppy,
really similar.
The superhero puppy. Because,
But I mean, look how intricate all the details are.
That's what I mean. It looks like Bolt. And Bolt was white too. White fur, I think. Yeah.
정말 대단하네요.
That's a great movie, by the way. Did you see it?
No.
Oh, it's really fun. I think your kids would really like that one.
All right. I'll have to watch it.
Yeah.
All right.
He doesn't realize he's an actor. He thinks he's a real superhero.
It's one of those movies.
If I remember correctly. Yeah.
Got it. 와, 정말 이렇게 눈의 계절이 돌아왔다는 게 정말 실감이 납니다. 끝번호 1358 쓰시는 분은요. 안녕하세요, 수진님. 축하받고 싶어서 기다렸다가 시작 땡 하고 보냅니다. 평범한 날이어도 마음만은 특별한 오늘은 결혼기념일 16년째 되는 날입니다. 둘이 만나서 5이 됐지요. 늘 많이 사랑해주는 남편 양경철님 사랑합니다. 행복하게 20년, 100년 함께해요 하셨습니다. Happy 16th wedding anniversary. That's amazing. The couple now have 3 kids. So yeah, I mean, may this love go on forever.
16 years together is impressive, isn't it?
Very much
Yeah.
so.
Well done. Congratulations on your anniversary.
네, 정말 행복하셨으면 좋겠고요. 비결도 좀 알려주시죠. Keep sending in your messages and greetings. Today we have 5 고칼슘 쌀룬 두유's for you. And we're going to look now at our news focus stories. 자, 첫 번째 뉴스 포커스입니다. 미국 맥도날드가 초과 근무 수당 미지급 등을 이유로 직원들이 집단 소송을 제기한 데 대해 소송을 마무리하는 조건으로 2,600만 달러, 우리 돈으로 305억 원을 내기로 했습니다. 3만 8천여 명이 참여한 이 집단 소송은 캘리포니아 지역 맥도날드 직영 매장들을 상대로 제기됐습니다. Let's listen to the story.
McDonald's has agreed to pay tens of thousands of cooks and cashiers a total of $26 million to settle a drawn-out class action lawsuit over wages and work conditions at corporate-run locations in California. The lawsuit, filed nearly 7 years ago against McDonald's restaurants in California Incorporated, made an array of claims, including failure to pay minimum and overtime wages and to provide required meal and rest breaks. The agreement estimates the settlement covers about 38,000 individuals, making it the largest of its kind against the fast food giant.
That is some class action lawsuit. 38,000 people.
38,000 people can now divide amongst themselves $26 million. That's not a bad payday.
Yeah, I mean, I hope they're happy with it. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's not enough. Maybe it is. But at least this 7-year suit has somewhat come to an end.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, they had, and this is the reason they won, is because they had very good reasons for filing this claim. Failure to pay minimum and overtime wages, failure to
terrible.
provide required meal and rest breaks.
Yeah.
I mean, that's almost treating them like slave workers, right?
Yeah, and I always thought that McDonald's had a really great policy with their employees because they don't discriminate, and they always say it doesn't matter if you're, for example, disabled, you know, and nothing about your background matters. You can get a job at McDonald's. And yet, some people were not being paid.
I think the problem may be, and I'm speculating here,
Yes.
is that it comes down to the individual managers of the branches.
That's very true.
Right, because McDonald's America or McDonald's World, they can have their policies, but if the individual managers, you know, maybe they're not following those policies to a T, meaning exactly, and that's where things like this can happen. And that's what McDonald's has said. As a result of this, they will be sending their managers for more corporate training and things like that.
Have you watched that movie about McDonald's? I think it was called The Founder.
I haven't seen that.
You should. It's great.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Documentary or movie?
It's a movie.
Yeah.
But it's sort of a documentary type movie, I suppose, and you get to find out how McDonald's came to be. And it's really, really interesting. Here it is. Yeah, Michael Keaton is the star. Our writer's just handed
Thank
us
you,
a memo
Paul.
there. The Founder, yeah, so watch it if you can, because that might sort of put everything into perspective. But anyhow, this drawn-out class action lawsuit has somehow come to an end.
Exactly. And the reason we can call it a drawn-out lawsuit is because it was filed nearly 7 years ago. If something is drawn out, it means that it's been going on for a long time. Let's say it's 8:35 in the morning.
Yep.
Let's say that I described this expression to you until 9 a.m. That would be a long, drawn-out explanation. We've all had university professors like that, or high school teachers.
Yeah.
You just think, oh, please stop talking about this, because they continue talking about the same thing for a super long time. And that is a drawn-out explanation. So you can feel that this expression, drawn out, when something's drawn out, it kind of has that negative vibe to it, right? A long, drawn-out class action lawsuit. It took too long for this to be settled.
맞아요. Drawn out 그러면 질질 끄는, 오래 끄는, 오래 걸리는 이라는 뜻이 있습니다. 7년이나 걸렸거든요. 그래서 굉장히 오래 걸렸다고 볼 수 있겠고. And there were an array of claims made.
Yeah, that's right. An array means a wide range of something. Failure to pay minimum overtime wages, failure to provide meal breaks, failure to provide rest breaks. So it's not just one claim, it's an array, it's a range of claims. An easy example to help you understand would be a buffet. When you go to a buffet, there are an array of foods. You have salads and seafoods and cakes and candies and ice cream and steak and everything.
뷔페 가고 싶네요. 줄줄이 뭔가 늘어났을 때 an array of 뭐뭐라고 할 수 있습니다. 뭐가 이제 많이 배열됐다라는 뜻도 있고요. 그러니까 여기서는 an array of claims. 이게 단 한 가지만 가지고 소송을 제기한 게 아니라 정말 여러 가지 뭐 돈을 제때 안 주고 그다음에 쉬는 시간도 주지 않고 등등등 굉장히 많은 클레임이 있었다. 이렇게 볼 수 있겠죠?
Speaking of buffets and things, I just had a thought. What do they eat for dessert in Norway?
Yeah, because of the sugar tax.
Salad?
Unsweetened cheesecake? I don't know.
Piece of bread? Where's the cheesecake?
All right, let's listen to this story one more time.
McDonald's has agreed to pay tens of thousands of cooks and cashiers a total of $26 million to settle a drawn-out class action lawsuit over wages and work conditions at corporate-run locations in California. The lawsuit, filed nearly 7 years ago against McDonald's Restaurants of California Incorporated, made an array of claims, including failure to pay minimum and overtime wages and to provide required meal and rest breaks. The agreement estimates the settlement covers about 38,000 individuals, making it the largest of its kind against the fast food giant.
자, 두 번째 뉴스 포커스입니다. 그리스 신화를 모티브로 한 이탈리아 폼페이의 관능적인 벽화가 처음으로 일반인에게 공개됐습니다. 2000년이 지났음에도 그림의 형태가 거의 완벽하게 보존돼서 고고학계와 미술계에 큰 주목을 받고 있다는데요. Let's listen to the story.
A fresco depicting a scene from the Greek myth Leda and the Swan has been unveiled to the public for the first time in the ancient Roman city of Pompeii. Leda is an important figure in Greek mythology. She was said to have borne children fathered by Zeus and by a mortal king of Sparta. According to myth, her children included the beautiful Helen of Troy. The well-preserved fresco was found last year during excavations of Regio V, an area of the archaeological park that has yielded several surprises.
Hard to believe that this was drawn about 2,000 years ago.
Unbelievable, isn't
the
it?
colors are still very, very vibrant. You can tell what it is exactly. 지금 보이는 라디오로 그림을 보여드리고 있습니다.
A fresco,
현장 동영상이네요.
A fresco, by the way, if you're wondering, it's a painting done quickly in watercolor, I guess is what it is, on a wall or on a ceiling. So it's really an incredible discovery, isn't it?
Yeah, it's on the 보이는 라디오 right now. 이겁니다. 네.
How did that survive?
I know.
Right?
Wow. I guess because it was covered, the colors were able to be preserved.
Nice segue. It is well preserved. It was well preserved. We'll use that as our first expression here for this story. If something is well preserved, it means that it is well taken care of. It's still in good shape. It still looks the same. It still looks good after a very, very long time. We talk about this often with very old things, right? So you could say that 경복궁, if you're describing 경복궁 to someone, you could say, oh, it's a really well-preserved palace in the middle of the city.
그렇죠. 잘 보존된이라는 뜻의 well-preserved가 쓰였고요. And the other expression is that it yielded a lot of surprises.
Yeah, this area of the archaeological park,
It's a difficult word.
my new favorite word, has yielded several surprises. So yield means to produce or to provide. We often hear this term when we talk about farmers' crops, right? So you plant seeds and then you hope to get a big yield from those seeds, a big outcome from that. And when they're looking around this area of the archaeological park, they found several surprises. It yielded several surprises.
네, 동사로서의 yield 그러면은 어떤 수익이나 결과를 내다라는 뜻이 있고요. 명사로서의 yield는 수확이라는 뜻입니다. 이번에 발견으로 인해서 굉장히 많은 수확이 있었다. 많은 것들이 이제 수확됐다라고 볼 수 있겠죠? Alright, let's listen to this story one more time.
A fresco depicting a scene from the Greek myth Leda and the Swan has been unveiled to the public for the first time in the ancient Roman city of Pompeii. Leda is an important figure in Greek mythology. She was said to have borne children fathered by Zeus and by a mortal king of Sparta. According to myth, her children included the beautiful Helen of Troy. The well-preserved fresco was found last year during excavations of Regio V, an area of the archaeological park that has yielded several surprises. Nailed it that time.
Yes, you did. All right, what is the quiz question?
A popular game played by students that implies fast reflexes and some physical exercise is pigu. What is pigu in English? Is it number 1, dodgeball, number 2, puppy ball, number 3, cheese ball?
네, 피하다라는 뜻의 피에 해당되는 영어 단어가 들어간 볼이 있습니다. dodgeball, puppy ball, cheese ball 중에서 피구에 해당되는 단어 골라주시면 되겠습니다. 짧은 문자 50원, 긴 문자 100원에 샵 1045, 또 반디 게시판과 카카오톡 플러스 이용도 가능하고요. 총 5분께는 고칼슘 쌀룬 두유 보내드리겠습니다. 노래 듣고 올게요. This is Fireflies by Owl City. 자, 다음 뉴스 포커스 살펴보도록 하겠습니다. 최근 한 레바논 사업가가 경매에서 히틀러의 모자 등 물품들을 구입해 이스라엘의 기금 모금 재단에 기증했습니다. 이 사업가는 히틀러의 물품들이 네오나치의 선전 목적으로 활용되지 못하도록 하기 위해서 구입을 했다고 밝혔는데요. Let's listen to the story.
A Lebanese-born business tycoon, Abdallah Chatila, says he is donating Hitler's top hat and other Nazi memorabilia he won at an auction last week for $660,000 to an Israeli Jewish group to keep the stuff out of the hands of neo-Nazis. Along with the Nazi dictator's hat, the items include a silver-plated edition of Mein Kampf and a typewriter used by Hitler's secretary. He says he bought the hat and memorabilia intending to destroy them, but decided it was better to hand it over to the Karen Hayson United Israel appeal.
What a noble act.
Yeah, on the surface, it seems weird for someone to bid on Nazi memorabilia at an auction.
And this is what he bought.
Yeah, but then you learn about his intentions, and then it's not weird. It seems like the right thing to do.
Exactly.
In an odd way.
맞아요.
Right?
처음에는 왜 굳이 이렇게 히틀러의 물품들을 경매에서 계속 사려고 할까? 사람들이 참 의아했을 텐데 결국은 알고 보니까 앞으로 이런 물품들이 그 나치의 선전 목적으로 사용되지 않기 위해서 제대로 된 재단에다가 기증을 했다 이렇게 밝혔습니다.
As a good person, you are buying terrible things so that terrible people can't get them.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a situation that you hear about too often, but that's what happened here. But originally, he bought this memorabilia with the plan to destroy it. He intended to destroy the memorabilia, and that's our expression here. Intend, when you intend to do something, it is your plan.
그러니까 뭘 의도하다라는 뜻이죠. Intend to do something 해서 뒤에 이제 동사를 붙이면 됩니다. I intend to work out from today.
Yes.
오늘부터 운동하는 것이 저의 의도입니다. 뭐 그렇게 하도록 하겠습니다. 이런 식으로 이제 intend to do something이라고 하면 되겠죠.
This is such a fancy way to say I will
Yeah.
sometimes too,
That's
right?
yeah.
If someone says to you, if you're at a restaurant and someone says, enjoy your lunch, you can say, I intend to.
그러네요. I intend to 뭐 그렇게 할 의도입니다. 그렇게 하도록 하겠습니다라는 뜻인데 굉장히 좀 fancy한 좀 화려한 느낌이 있어요.
Enjoy your weekend. Thank you. I intend to.
Indeed. Or you could maybe use it to talk about what you would like to do. I intend to make Brad Pitt my boyfriend.
Your future plans. That's
Not
right.
going to happen ever. But anyway, you know, that's how you could use it.
So he intended to destroy this memorabilia, but then decided it was better to hand it over to the Karen Hayson United Israel Foundation, or appeal, excuse me. So to hand something over means to give. But it often means to give to higher authority or a better authority, for example. Teachers might say to students, if they're passing notes in class, give me that, come on, hand it over, meaning give it to me. If you think literally, right, putting something in your hand and then passing it over to another person, handing it over.
맞아요. 내놔. 이럴 때도 쓸 수 있는 말인데요. Hand something over 그러면 넘겨주다라는 뜻입니다. Alright. Well, that was our last news-focused story. It's time now to announce the answer to today's quiz.
A popular game played by students that implies fast reflexes and some physical exercise is pigu. What is pigu in English? And the answer is dodgeball. Number 1.
네, dodge가 피하다라는 뜻이 있거든요. 요리조리 피하다. 그래서 dodgeball. 피구 1번이 정답입니다. 손석훈님, 최현아님, 4913님, 7181님, 그리고 문어곤듀라는 아이디 쓰시는 분 고칼슘 쌀룬 두유 보내드리겠습니다. Steve, what is the expression of the day?
Counterintuitive. So if something is counterintuitive, it doesn't seem to make sense because it goes against logic.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you 2 examples.
Okay.
You know, sometimes when you feel desperate for a boyfriend or a girlfriend, but actually the more desperate you are, the less likely you are to get that boyfriend or girlfriend.
뭔가 꼭 해야겠다라는 좀 간절함이 생길 때 아니면 너무 이렇게 막 서둘러서 뭐를 하려고 할 때 오히려 더 잘 되지 않는 경우들이 있죠. 그래서 이런 직관에 어긋나는 것을 counterintuitive라고 합니다.
I'll give you an easier example.
Okay.
The more time you spend on social media, the less social you actually are.
Oh, that's such a good example.
That's totally counterintuitive. If you're explaining this to an alien who doesn't know what it is, right? Oh, what's social media? Oh, well, social media. You go on, you talk to your friends, and you get the updates. You say, oh, that sounds very social. Well, actually, it's not at all.
맞아요.
Well, that's counterintuitive. And then the third example I'll give was the very first one. Going to the gym, logic says you're going to be super tired as a result, but it's not the case. It gives you more energy. So how can spending energy give you more energy? That seems counterintuitive.
직관에 어긋나는 그냥 언뜻 생각했을 때는 A처럼 될 것 같은데 오히려 그 정반대의 일이 일어날 때 it's counterintuitive라고 할 수 있습니다.
That social media one is so true, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, people spend so much time updating their Instagrams and their Facebooks and what have you, and not so much time actually having face-to-face conversations anymore. Are you guilty of that too?
Not so much, but sometimes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Steve, for that.
Always my pleasure. Thank you for having me. Have a good day, and I will see you, goodness me, 27th of November. See you on the 28th.
All right. 네, 11월 28일에 보도록 하겠습니다, 스티브 선생님. Well, coming up in the second hour of Morning Special, we have Power English, the team there, joining up with us for our daily idiom, say what, rather. And that is the segment coming up. We also have our travel segment with Alex. 네, 오늘은 또 알렉스 선생님과 어디로 여행을 하게 될지 궁금하시죠? 2부에서 알아보도록 하겠습니다. 자, 들을 노래는요. Casey and the Sunshine Band인데요. This is Give It Up. I'll see you on the flip side.